Next stage of the engine rebuild is to tighten up the cylinder head. Now I've got the cylinder head on. I've just shown you how to briefly set the tappets on there. I've got the cam chain tensioner in now, so we're just going to put the head on. Now there's a couple of things about this engine that you need to understand as to why we're doing this. Now the first thing is the way that the oil gets to the head. So the oil gets pumped from the pump on this side, the side of the engine, and it gets pumped through some galleries and it comes up the hole where these studs are. Now if when you're tightening these cylinder studs they move this way, you can see that the oil will come up the cylinder stud, but it won't be allowed to come along these galleries here. And these galleries have got a little hole inside there. I don't know if you can see this, but I'll try and push through. And so the oil comes up the stud, around that hole, into this gallery, and out through the hole there. There's another one on this side, and it feeds the cams and the bearings. So you need to make sure that oil comes into here. Now it is possible for these studs, when they're tightened, to actually block the oil waste, so therefore the oil will come up the stud and then won't be able to get any further because the stud actually blocks the access to the gallery. So I've made these things here, which are a piece of wire, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in here like this, and it's going to hold the studs out. I've made that one a bit long, but the idea here is it'll keep the studs away from the galleries. It will slow down the oil very slightly, but what it does, it maximizes the amount of space that the oil has to come up the stud and into this gallery. And the width of the gallery is much larger than the gap around the stud. You obviously need to make sure that this wire is below this cylinder head face. Not cylinder head face, the top of this, the top face. Otherwise, you're not going to get the head tightened down properly. So there we go. So I've now got the cylinder head studs pushed away from that gallery, so the oil can come up around the outside the studs and get into the oil gallery without any problems at all. Let's push a little further down. There we go. Job's a good one. Next thing is to put the gasket on. You can't put these gaskets on the wrong way. You can put them on that way and it'll clearly show that it doesn't fit, so you put them on the right way and everybody's happy. Cylinder head, again, it can't go in the wrong way because there's a cutout for the tacho drive. Stick it on like this. Encouragement, and away we go. A whole bunch of new copper washers. I've roughed these up a little bit. We'll then torque these down. We've got a plan here showing how we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we do it in that order. And what I'll do is I'll tighten it down so it's finger tight, then I'll increase the torque on my trusty torque wrench to 10 Newton meters each time. I'll go around it twice and then I'll click it up to another 10, go around it twice, click it up another 10 until we get to 50 Newton meters, which is the torque for these nuts.